You have a chance yourself to go into these schools and talk to some of these young people.
Peculiar, isn't it? Because I think I was about 9. Like, why was I even aware of sexuality and back arching and stuff like that? But as it turns out, I've grown up to be a marvellous lover.
Me, I faced one today around teams, the final scenes of the team. I need to fight.
During that time of promiscuity, the relationships I had were absolutely always consensual. I was always transparent about that then, almost too transparent. And I'm being transparent about it now as well. And to see that transparency metastasized into something criminal that I absolutely deny makes me question, is there another agenda at play?
I think in the longer term, I'm not sure if he, similar to other comedians maybe in the US, make a comeback. I think there's definitely a market for outsider comedians who want to position themselves as some way alternative to current understandings of gender equality. So I think in the longer term, will it impact his career in the way that we maybe expect it to? Possibly not, but I'm not surprised the tour was cancelled in the immediate now. Legally, he's not going to be able to address many of these things, and he will definitely have been advised against it, I would imagine. But yeah, I suppose again there's the financial repercussions of cancelling a gig that late as well. So I'm not sure if it was more of a business decision to go ahead with Sunday rather than a desperate need to somehow have his say, because as you say, there is restrictions to what he can now potentially say. It's not so much the outside nature of Russell Brand. I think that's something that's come later, where he's trying to kind of reposition himself as some kind of well-being influencer, with, you know, allied to, as we've seen by the men who've come out in support of him, kind of relatively right-wing figures. You know, your Andrew Tates, your you know, Elon Musk has come out in his defense. So I think we can see that him specifically is trying to distance himself from that mainstream media as a way to protect himself from criticism. I think on the current comedy circuit, what kind of jumps out to me is that we've tended to look at Brand's comedy, and this is something that obviously the Dispatches programme did, look at the content of the material and go, oh, isn't this shocking? But actually, to people who spend a lot of time in live comedy environments, it's not that shocking, because misogyny is still very much present on the current circuit. In the current environment, misogyny is very much a present feature. And I think that is, you know, something we're seeing socially with the rise of popular feminisms, popular kinds of feminism, celebrity feminism, and so on. We've got a rise of popular misogyny alongside it. So people kicking back against women's integration into various workforces and spaces and political positions. And we have a kind of reassertion of traditional or toxic forms of masculinity. Again, Andrew Tate is the ultimate go-to example here. But you know, it's a prevalent trend across lots of aspects of society, and it is absolutely being reflected on the UK comedy circuit as well. There's lots of ways that problematic people are recovered within the industry. So there is a template there. It depends on, I suppose, whether legal proceedings are undertaken and how successful they are, as to whether he and his management feel that he is recoverable, I suppose. But I think economics is a big factor here. You know, if he still makes money for people, people will put him on, because the kind of misogyny in his material is very much present on the circuit anyway.